man. Hey, well, walk right in and sit right down, baby. Let your mind roll on. I'm welcoming all you groovy gals and guys. Woo-hoo. Now listen, as per your understanding, there's always some molecular instability when you show up, and today ain't gonna be no differente. But before I lead you down that primrose lane under marshmallow skies, I welcome you back once again to the return to the Perfumed Gardens with someone of questionable sanity, myself, Rick Strange. Hey, trust me, it can always be worse.
I'll vouch for that.
Oh, well, that was a whole lot of energy. Hey, put no attention to that person behind the lens cover. Forget about it. Don't look behind the curtain. Today's first violation is a blues, rock, ballady kind of thing. It's like, a who's who from, England, let's say that to start with. They formed in 1968, and from here on out they shall be known as Junior's Eyes. Well, the instigator for this bangorama of musical attributes is a guitarist by the name of Mick Wayne. He started out with the Outsiders in '65, and in that band, get this, was Jimmy Page on board. I like that one. You know what it was? It was one of those Mersey beat kind of a thingamadingers, and anyway, forget all of that. Mick went through a litany of bands before forming said Junior's Eyes. So let's cut to the chase and spin a groove called Playtime. Oh, that's Playtime. And it's from the LP called Battersea Power Station. And here's a little sidebar. That is the power station that you see on the Animals cover by Pink and Floyd. Whew. So anyway, well, when you return, I'll have the Nyborg all lined up. That's some badass Gene Krupa back there, baby. I'm loving it. Nice, baby. Talking about this, and this is the record, Junior's Eyes. And there's the backside. And that record, it puts a shine on your shoes. Side one is a gathering of tunes, 6 to be exact, and they float along together as a proggy kind of a story. There's also a jazzy, rocky, bluesy thingy moving through there too. I mean, this record's like all over the map. But what's important here, what I haven't told you, is in June of 1969, when this particular LP came out. You okay back there?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, yeah. inhale so deeply. When the LP was out in '69, Wayne and a Rick Wakeman, does that strike a note? They helped launch Bowie's hit Space Oddity. Yeah. Then he went into another member change and of Junior Size, and then he wound up back in Bowie on tour that same year. Now here's something really cool. And I gotta find this if that's out there. There's even a live BBC recording with said band in 1969. So that ought to be something to search out. I guess that was just recently released in the last few years. So that's some nice creds there, baby. I mean, it's happening. Need it? Don't know. It's a kind of a interesting LP. It was cheap, so I think that had a lot to do with the purchification of said record. So anyway, let's beat it on down the line with a name you've heard from my lips before. Nancy. No, not that one. Zephyr. This power mover cuts the deep grass with this second LP from 1970. Now, we all know who's power chording the fallout here, and it's Tommy Bolin. Woo, yeah. Wowzers, what can I say? And he's back with another time to twang away with none other than the voice of Candy Givens in the background. Or not in the background, in the forefront. And she has got some pipes, which undeniable. She can keep up with that guy, no problem. On this LP, she ain't lost any oomph since the first LP outing anyway, which I keep close to the turntable. Duh. I mean, I loves that record. The whole gang squeezes the juice out of those proverbial lemons on this outing, too. Woo-hoo. I'm going to offer the title cut from this LP with some gusto to hang your drawers out to dry on, called Going Back to Colorado, which is the name of said LP. So when you return, I'll shake you up some, pithy comments as garnishes. Is it getting hot in here, or am I having a hot flash? Woo! The pressure is climbing, gardeners. Man, here it goes again. Save that one for later. Here we go. Here is the record. That's the front. And there is the back. Yes, there it is for you to peruse. Mr. Bolin, his presence is all over this LP with, he's doing some slide guitar exuberance on this LP too. this LP ain't nothing if it's not good old blues and rock and Dan. Oh man, woo, something's in the air. Tooey! Some good old rock and roll along with them blues. Candy's vocals once again launched the boys into noise clouds roaming over our heads. Whoa.
Noise clouds, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that myself. I don't know what I think I was doing Nyborg when I came up with that one, but we won't go there, that's another story. Not quite the Energizer Bunny of the first LP, but this is still a scorcher worth crating for. And once again, I am showing reasonably inexpensive records. Now we're talking like $5. Considering when it came out, it was probably $3 brand new. But you can get a used copy, very good, I would imagine, for $5 if you search it. It's worth it. It's all beautiful, baby. Hoo-hoo! So next, I'm breaking out a garage gem from the Garden's vaults. And they are cold and clammy in there. By a 4-piece door slammer called the Headless Horsemen. I like that one. This band was created by a guitarist named well, it's E-L-A-N, so I think it's Ellen Portnoy is his last name.
Elon?
Elon. There you go, Elon. I knew it was something like that. The phonetics don't work with me all the time. So, hey, what did I tell you? Hey, listen, he formed, there we go again. He formed the band, the Headless Horsemen, out of the ashes of the Fuzztones in 1986. So this is one of them 80s deals, okay? This effort came from New York City, but they couldn't break out of there till, and now I'm talking about the Fuzztones, but they couldn't break out of there until they, no, I'm not. I'm going back and forth and over and up and down. See, too much Nyborg. The Headless Horsemen, back to point one, they didn't really break out of New York until they split for Europe in '87 and released Can't Help But Shake on the Dutch label Renaissance. Once again, you get more love over in the continent than you do here. I mean, go figure. Really, if it wasn't for the Europeans, blues would have probably never really rejuvenated. Well, it would not have rejuvenated. We're too dopey over here sometimes. I mean, sometimes you people baffle me. Anyway, let's jumpstart this with a flyer called Bitter Heart. The light's green, so go faster, pussycat! Faster! Some unruly driving, I'd say. Let's look at the record. Here it is there in all its illustrious glamour. their mop tops. There's the back. And like I said before, it's a Dutch label. It's a clogger called Renaissance. Anyway, the garage band renaissance that happened during the 80s was, you know, and then this is all my opinion, it was crawling from the wreckage of the late 70s punk scene. A natural progression or regression into a great genre. And but it was not just these cats that were doing it in the 80s. There's some other bands I'm going to mention that you should check out. One is the Optic Nerves. There's another one called King Khan, K-H-A-N. That cat is really swinging. And of course, everybody knows the Flesh Tones, who are still banging around and doing LPs. In fact, I can't remember the name of the, you know, the Syntaps. Anyway, the singer from the band, he does a DJ show on Sirius Radio. It's really cool, a very cool show. Plays a lot of old garagey stuff. And anyway, if you got extraterrestrial radio, more power to you. Anyway, the thing about these records, as opposed to anything else, is they're a bit cleaner in production than the ones that originated in the 60s. But, you know, that's because the equipment changed and technology got a little bit bang or better. And in the 80s, they were just starting to get into the digital age. And, of course, I liked when they went back to analog. Anyway, but these guys are still loaded for bear. It's a good old, all-around LP. And guess what? It's another cheap one. Woohoo! This one's a mint, and I think I paid $7 for that one. But they're out there, and I like that. This is like a bargain bin today. So when you're crating, you always got to break the bank, because I'm sick of that. You know, everybody's just, oh, we won't go there. I'm not gonna whine about the prices. It's just all the way it is. Well, last on today's pleasure cruise is a lysergical monster of acid site proportions. Oh, here we go. These European humanoids took Pink Floyd, the Electric Prunes, the Strawberry Alarm Clock, and a dash of a band called the Spacemen 3, and muted that conglomeration into a giant brain freeze Slurpee in 2000 and they called themselves the Vibravoid. Launching out of Dusseldorf. Yeah, this is the Dusseldorf with the schnitzel and the gitzel and all that good beer. It was three guys. Christian Koch, K-O-C-H, Koch. He played guitar. There was Robert Brun, you know, I'm gonna murder this, but he was on drums, and a guy named M. Lamert. Oh, I got that right. And he was on bass. And they began turning minds into liquid light shows, and with having released scads of these epic oral events. Oh, I got all that out. It's hard to sample these guys, because wow, the record is just, it's like when Floyd was at their tween in the beginning. They were just long pieces that were just took you floating into some other world. So I'm just gonna grab something in the dark off this LP, and I'm gonna slump a disc from 2008 called The Politics of Ecstasy. Been there, done that. And the tab we're gonna drop is Your Mind is at Ease. So turn off the lights, tune up the decibels, and find your own groove, okay?
Drifting, and I see your time.
wow, I can't get away from Gene Krupa. Well, how about that record? These beer drinking strudel makers really know their way around the third chakra. Woo! We're gonna look at the cover. This is a really cool LP. Well put together. And it's a gatefoldless. Ew. Sort of a letdown from what the front and the back was, but anyway, let's talk about that cut. Now, this stuff would be a sensory challenge, in my opinion, performed live. I mean, whoa. This LP is a real gas, man, a real gas. I play this one a lot, and you really have to be prepared, because wow. You know, if you haven't had the experience to drop out, then take my word for it that this is as close to a great trip as you can get. You know, with that swirling between your ears, we just get teleported somewhere else. The thing with, let's grab this again. The thing about that song is it takes up all the side B, and the portion that I just gave you a sample of, it then switches gears again, and then once again it switches gears. So it doesn't stay the same time signature or the same, wow, I don't know how you say it. These cats are just doing it. I love this, and I will pursue finding more of their material. They're still churning them out. This was a reissue from the original release, and I'm digging it. I really dig it. So, what we're going to do next is I'm going to talk about our bumper tunes for today, and they're being sponsored by none other than, oh, I love this stuff, Benny Goodman and his orchestra. Now, it's a double LP that's cooking. You know, Gene Krupa's in the band. That's why I was saying Gene Krupa. And it's heavy swing. Now, don't get freaked out here, but if that selection don't pop your cork on my crates, then nothing will. I dig swing music from time to time to clear my musical palate. I could have used that earlier. You know, there's something about that whole 40s thing that just, whoa, you know, it makes me want to dance. I get happy feet all the time. But before we leave today, let's see, how do I start with this? Well, I want to say that I went to the mailbox the other day, and it's on the front porch, duh, as opposed to the garage or the basement or the backyard. And what was on the front porch but 8 tiny reindeer? Nope, that's the Christmas thing. This was a really cool thing. A package sent to Mawa. Surprise, surprise, surprise! And it was from the goat. And, you know, wow, it's tripendicular, baby. So I'm going to show you what that generous man and colleague in the vinyl community has sent me with. This one's really the magic of psychoacoustic sound. Yeah, it's nature at its absolute finest. I mean, it's the kind of stuff I can hear out here when I go to the beach, and I mean, we go farther down the coast, down south a little bit, and it's a happening thing. And it's one of these things where you groove with it. There's nothing but nature, baby, and the goat, we know, is into nature. Then, oh my goodness, I got some more Jackie Gleason. Woohoo! I'm digging the big one. He's a great, great guy. And then we got one more from the Gleason man. I just love this stuff. You know, once again, it's big band stuff, and you know, this is romantic jazz that kind of kicks you back, and you need a martini with this. But wait, there's more. That man is an artiste, and I think that sure does look like him. You know, even if it's just a magic marker pen, it's happening, ain't it? and the back is just, you know, the back of his head. Anyway, this is the creme de la creme that the man sent me, and I did not have any of these, and I certainly didn't have this one. Had been looking for it, but it just had not popped into my rear view mirror. So I want to thank the man for this one, because this is the Bonnywell, man, and the tune on here, I got a 45, is, let's see, what is that one I've got? Oh, the Double Yellow Line. That was a great follow-up to when the first LP came out, and it's happening. This is a good record. Thanks, Goat. Man, you're all right, you know. So, and I also want to thank him for mentioning my name, because, you know, I get a bump in the enrollment every time that anybody says something nice, and I appreciate it. I'm just sort of inching and growling and getting up the top, and it's good. I'm getting more than I'm losing. Ho-ho! What do you think about that? Except my brain cells. Okay, so that's enough of all that. You know, remember, I always want to throw some words of wisdom out there, if that's possible. But you got to remember, we can't choose in what happens in our lives. We got no control over that. But we can choose how our lives evolve. Wow, I just sort of popped that one out, and I thought, hey, this is important stuff.
Deep thought.
Yeah, you know, and I look in the mirror and I'm going, I'm really a good person. Ah! We can only choose our lives, baby. So, be kind, be tolerant, be understanding, and above all, choose peace, love, and flowers over everything else. Thanks for making the scene. This has been my happening, and it has freaked me out. So, till the next time we meet, till the twain shall meet, I should say, because we are all one and always shall be. And I love you, and take care. I'm out there for you. See ya.